What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, Honest Hockey Takes.
So today, guys, we got something for you. We're going to give you our week review of the games and what we have to take away from them, as well as we're going to start you off with our 3 stars of the week, given out to the players that we thought personally had the best week of hockey overall. And our 3rd star of the week, we have from the Tampa Bay Lightning, Steven Stamkos. Now, Steven Stamkos scored 4 goals this week in only 3 games, as well as adding a helper for 5 points for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And our 2nd star of the week, we have from the Dallas Stars, Jake Ottinger. Now, Jake posted 2 wins in 2 games with only 1 goals against average and a .968 save. He also did something pretty impressive, which was beating the Nashville Predators twice to give the Stars a huge edge in this division over their rival. And coming in as our 1st star of the week from the Pittsburgh Penguins, none other than Sidney Crosby. The guy went out in 2 games, posted 2 goals, 4 assists, and 6 points. Even as an old man, this guy still gets it done and was easily our 1st star of the week. Congrats, Sid. Now, next off, to continue on with our takes for the week, I'm going to pass you guys off to Hohen here.
Yeah, so for my first take will definitely be about the Battle of Alberta, which was the highlight game, the primetime game of yesterday or on Saturday night. And it was a really, really fun match to watch. I mean, Calgary was up 4-1, and then it's good that Edmonton scored 2 quick ones. Not quick, but like they almost tied it.
I was getting honestly worried about this game. So there seems to be this thing I've noticed with the Flames when they play the Oilers. Once they allow 1 goal, they seem to just panic and they start playing different and they like kind of turtle a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought they were going to blow the lead for a bit.
Yeah, Vladar played pretty well, I guess. But I think the highlight for me was Nazem Kadri plays exceptionally good on this team. Calgary, when they made this signing, I knew it was a good signing because losing Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau, both of these guys are wingers. They needed a second-line center. They need someone who can play center. So it's good now they got Elias Lindholm and they got Nazem Kadri. To me, that really stood out.
Yeah, the top 6 was actually flying. Honestly, it was a really good mix. I don't think they're suffering as bad as people originally thought they would offensively.
And Uyghur looked exceptionally good last game too as well. I'm not going to lie. So
no, he was solid.
Good addition by them.
Their defense in general is pretty solid right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like you guys all to have a bit of a moment of silence for my friend Hohen here. My next take is going to be on the Minnesota Wild, who we know he's a huge fan of. Now, the Wild didn't exactly have the best week of hockey. They lost both their games, and it wasn't just that they lost both their games. They allowed 14 goals in 2 games. They were bad.
They were horrible. I'm gonna go out and say they were terrible, and they lost at home, both games at home, letting 14 goals. I'll say this right now: Marc-Andre Fleury looks terrible, like really, really bad, and I'm pissed off as a Wild fan.
I don't think they should have traded away Talbot. I think that was kind of a silly move, considering they kind of relied on having a tandem of those two both playing around like 40 games. Because I mean, if Fleury's getting up there in age, you can't just go out there every night and play like maybe 55, 60 games.
What blows my mind was how do you let in 7 goals against the LA Kings? How's that possible?
Yeah, this isn't even a top offensive team. This is like an average or below average.
They were up
4-1,
and they did a good job battling back, clawing back, but they kept giving away goals every time they score goals. Like every time they get goals to tie it, they would let in another goal. It's like, oh shoot, that sucks.
You should never score 6 goals and lose.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's sloppy.
Unacceptable. Terrible.
I would like to add in one more point about Minnesota here, something that's really kind of got me, as well as just their lack of defense and goaltending. The use of some of their players is very odd. I find it really weird what Dean Evason's doing with some of the younger players.
Yeah.
Marco Rossi played under 5 minutes in that game. He's playing on the 4th line.
And he played like 10 minutes in the first game.
It's very weird. Like, this guy is your preseason standout. Well, granted, it is preseason, but like he had like 9 points in 6 games. And he's your up-and-coming future center. And you're putting him on the 4th line behind Sam Steele. Like, we know what Sam Steele is.
I don't know what to say. Sam Steele, to me, is a terrible hockey player.
He's an AHLer.
He's an AHLer, terrible hockey player.
But yet, for some reason, they're playing Marco Rossi behind him.
No idea what he's doing.
They got to fix this. Honestly, I think he's got to use this as a reality check because they've started so bad and just start making some adjustments real quick.
Real quick. And the next takeaway I want to take from this past week was Vegas Golden Knights. How good do they look, Scott?
Oh, they're right back to their old form.
3-0. Remember what my prediction was?
I know, you have them winning this division.
And they're looking pretty darn good right now. This team is the best well-rounded team in the Pacific Division. Mark my words. They have the most balanced offensive line, and they have the most, like probably the one of the better defense corp in the league, and Logan Thompson just looked unreal so far. So
Yeah, so I like Logan Thompson a lot. I wouldn't say the most balanced in my opinion yet. I still think that'd be Calgary because I trust Markstrom a little bit more. But
that's fair.
I will say I do think he has the potential to be that kind of goalie for sure. That can carry the load and
He's
win
a
the
young
games.
stud.
He's a stunner, right? Maybe we have to start giving him some
Better than Leonard. Big upgrade
credit
over
here
Leonard.
for rookie.
No?
Oh yeah. He might be in the Calder conversation. Maybe that's someone we left out that we might regret.
Yeah.
You never know if they win enough games.
Yeah,
he has
good.
a chance. What do you think so far has been your biggest standout about why the Knights have looked so good?
Jack Eichel. He looks healthy. He looks
He
ready
is
to
healthy.
go.
He is healthy.
That is massive, like for that team. Like that's your best player on the team, and you have to be. And he's playing like he is the best player now. And Mark Stone also.
For me, it's just their general depth, their offensive depth. I think they're getting scoring from everywhere.
The thing is, I knew their third line's good with the Nicholas Waldo.
Yeah, you love Nicholas Waugh.
I do like
That's
him.
your guy.
He's a good two-way centerman that they signed for a fairly decent contract, actually. So
I like seeing some of these guys bounce back, like Smith and Carlson and Marchessault. Like they're looking a lot better too.
But yeah, those guys are top six.
I mean, once again, it is really early. We're
Yep.
just reviewing this first week here, but they look like they got some pop in their game again.
Yep.
Shooting the puck a lot.
I mean, Marchessault was good last year, and I like
was.
how he's still good this year. So it's good to see.
Yeah,
Because
he's
a lot
fine.
of guys regress usually. If they play well last year, they usually regress the next year. He's not doing that. He's actually looking really good. Love it.
And I gotta give them credit because I mean they're the only team that's 3-0 right now. So
Yeah.
props to them.
And let's talk about a team that's not doing so hot. San Jose Sharks. What's wrong with you guys? 0-4. Guys aren't looking
It's
very
bad.
good.
The only team to be 0-4 to start the season. And I know a lot of people did expect this. I saw a lot of us that had San Jose last in the Pacific.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them. I didn't think they'd be that bad. But granted, they have had to go against some good teams to start the year.
Yeah.
It's not like they've had easy wins kind of thing. They're going against like Carolina. They're going to Nashville twice. Like, I mean, these games aren't easy wins.
They're not. But it was weird. When we were watching that Global Series, I didn't see any pop in Erik Karlsson's game. Did you?
The thing is, he's getting points, but he looks like he's going at like 65% speed.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's up to speed still. And he's had so much time to recover.
He doesn't look like anything close to the time when he was in Ottawa. There's nothing close. Still.
I still think he's going to put up numbers though, but it won't be like because he's playing necessarily amazing.
Yeah.
It's just because he's going to play 27 minutes a night.
I think he will put up numbers because he's put into the situation.
Yeah, exactly. All the power play time.
All the power play time.
But he definitely doesn't look right.
No.
And I'm waiting for Timo Meier to kind of step up a bit. He has not looked right either.
He's looking like what I expect him to look like 2 years ago.
Oh, this guy's starting to have a really weird career. The rookie year where he's amazing.
Amazing.
Then he has two really, really bad years. And then last year he was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And
top
now he's
tier, like all-star. And then now he's back to looking like a very rough start. I mean, granted, it is only 4 games.
Yeah, it's only 4 games.
He's got to get back to last year's self for sure.
Another takeaway I want to put out, it was a team that I want to cover that are not really winning hockey games right now, but they look good in my mind, and that's the Buffalo Sabres. I really like Rasmus Dahlin. He's looked amazing. I expected him to be the bounce back candidate this year, and he's been doing exactly that so far. I know it's only been 3 games, 2 to 3 games into the season, but he looked phenomenal. Alex Tuck had a goal and assist. He looked amazing. He looked like a proper power forward on the team.
Honestly, I thought JJ Peterka was really good.
Yeah, JJ Peterka was exceptionally
For
good.
a rookie that, once again, we didn't really talk about too much. He's had a very nice start to his NHL career here.
The only thing that annoys me about the Buffalo Sabres is they had all offseason to get a goalie. Their goalie is just not good. It's just straight up.
I kind of feel like that's where they're going to lose a lot
Eric
of their
Comrie
games.
and Craig Anderson. Are you kidding me? Like, what were you doing?
But we got to give Craig Anderson a quick shout out. That first game he played against his former team Ottawa, he looks amazing. Like he was standing on his head. It won't hold.
Yeah, it won't hold at all.
But you have to give him props. For an old man, he did pretty good.
This is why, if you're a Buffalo fan, that's why we didn't have them that high in the standings because they just don't have goalie.
They can score. They can score goals.
Yeah, they can score, but
it's the overall team that's the bigger issue with the goaltending and the other defensive players.
What was your team that you had highlights?
My team that stood out to me a bit right now is I got to give it to the Detroit Red Wings. They kind of won my test a little bit by beating the Devils there in that game on Saturday. I thought that was a good test of 2 teams that went out and made some significant adds in the offseason. and they kind of completely outplayed them. So I got to give it to the Detroit Red Wings. Larkin is playing really, really well. You can tell he wants that money.
He wants
you
that
can tell
money.
He wants that bag. He's got to get the bag.
Tyler Bertuzzi too.
Yeah,
Tyler Bertuzzi
and the big tall boy himself, Mr. Soderblom.
Oh my
Elmer
gosh.
Soderblom, the tallest player right now that Char is retired. That big boy.
Oh my
Scored that goal, man. You got to give him
believe
credit
it.
for his first career goal. Like, so Soderblom's killing it too. This team's actually running pretty good, pretty deep
Billy
right now.
Huso looked really good as well.
Yeah, he played really well.
Yeah, well, good ad by them.
I got the shutout, right?
Yeah, he got the show that one game.
Gotta give him props for that. So that was definitely the team that surprised me a little bit and would be like the interesting team for me this week. And then one thing I want to we're going to do, I think, at the end of every one of these Sunday episodes for you guys is we're going to kind of do a Calder watch where we're going to talk a little bit about the rookies, how they did for the week, and how it's kind of progressing for the season. So I'm going to start us off with our week 1 of hockey here. And Matty Beniers, 4 points in his first 3 games. As we talked about, we said, you guys watch this guy. He is amazing. Well, sure as hell, he's 2 times as many points as second place right now to start the season. He looks amazing. He's playing lots of minutes, and he seems to be like the runaway at this point to win the Calder.
I think this kid will even make the All-Star team. No joke.
Oh, he'll represent his team for sure.
He'll
I can't
definitely
see anyone
represent his
else on
team.
his team that would take his spot at that game with the new rules.
Yeah, hands down.
So that's definitely our lead guy from this takeaway from this week from a rookie. Give a shout out here. Not really offensively in the terms of points, but Jake Sanderson has looked really good for the Ottawa Senators. His skating has been really clean. His defensive game has been very strong. So I got to give props to him.
Yep.
And then one guy I wanted to kind of say that I was a little disappointed in was Owen Power. Similar thing, not really a lot of points, but I wouldn't fry him for that as a rookie defenseman. But he was kind of making some rookie mistakes this week, and you could kind of tell with some of the turnovers and kind of the misplays at the blue line. And I think he's got to clean it up a little bit, especially because of how highly touted he is.
Yeah, and but now we're talking about Owen Power. Also, Jack Quinn. They only play 10 minutes a game. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Rossi thing. We're just not getting the time that we expected these guys to get.
Yeah, and I also watched the Battle of Alberta. Dylan Holloway's not ready for the NHL. I'm sorry. He's just not.
Once again, if he's not playing with either Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl, he is not going to be successful in the NHL.
Yeah,
it's just not going to work this year, at least not as a rookie.
Yeah. But that's all.
Yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. So tune in for our next video, hopefully to come soon.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Yeah.
Bye.